94 years ago, thousands of Australians died in just a few hours and many more were wounded in the Battle of Fromelles. Hundreds of the fallen were left on the battlefield in Flanders and many were eventually buried behind enemy lines in mass graves. Tonight, thousands of people have gathered in Fromelles for a ceremony to give a proper farewell to 250 of those Australian and British soldiers whose bodies have been recovered and reburied in a newly dedicated war cemetery. Europe correspondent Philip Williams has been at the ceremony. He joins me now from France. Phil, the formal ceremony finished a short time ago. What can you tell us about that? Talk us through what happened.
Well, it was a very moving ceremony, a lot of emotion attached to it, as you would expect. But really, the Governor-General and Prince Charles accompanied the last coffin to be buried here, the 250th, as it walked through the village of Fromelles and then into the little graveyard now that has 250 graves, mainly Australian. That was then reburied, having been removed from the mass grave a short distance from here, and then the ceremony was brought to a conclusion. Thousands of Australians watched it, but the real power here is in the words and the letters, the diaries read out by the relatives of those who died.
In a couple of days, we are taking part in a great offensive. We are the first to go over the parapet. I am not afraid. Of course, I'm a bit shaky, but not very scared.
19th of July, 0 hour, fixed for today.
I know what the cost is to you and how deeply you will feel. We may be perhaps out of sight of one another, but our spirits will always be together.
10 minutes to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 to go. 1, 2, 1. Get ready.
Nothing could exceed the bravery of those boys. The first wave went down like wheat before the reaper. When the time came for the second wave to go over, there was not a man left standing from the first. Yet, not a lad faltered.
At noon, there was a roll call. We went into action 20 hours previously, a Virgin regiment at full strength. 97 answered their names. 97 out of 1,000.
Some of the moving letters and diary entries read at the ceremony there in Fromelles. Phil, you've had the opportunity to speak to some of the families who've been involved. Tell us just exactly what this recognition and event means to them.
It means an incredible amount because for many of these families it was a photo on a wall or a story about somebody they didn't know, but now it has real significance, real meaning, and for 96 of the people buried here, they now have a blood connection through DNA, and it really, in a sense, it brings some conclusion to the mystery of what happened to their uncles or their sons, the brothers, so long ago, and a lot of emotion. It surprised the relatives themselves. They said, some people said to me, look, I didn't think that Uncle Harry meant that much to me, or Great Uncle Harry, on the photo on the wall, but they're crying when they realise the intensity of actually discovering where he is and that they are related, and that this terrible, terrible event afflicted their family, obviously for decades, and now it re-emerged. Finally, though, in a positive sense, that they have a beautiful place to rest here and a place that people can come for centuries to come and pay homage to those who died in that terrible slaughter, a slaughter that left nearly 1,800 dead in just a few hours.
Phil Williams in France, thank you very much.